alpha and beta testing. So first of all, this comes under acceptance testing. Now, when the developer develops certain software, how the customer will really use a program? Developer is not aware how the customers are actually going to use the program. For example, the instruction developer has given, it may be misinterpreted by the user. He may not be able to understand. There may be some strange combination of the data. Data may not be understood by the user only. Output may be unintelligible. That is, in the field, he may not understand what is the output. So for that, acceptance tests are conducted in order to enable the customer to validate all the requirements. And this comes under acceptance testing. So what do we do? Because user has certain requirement, you have to fulfill it in the way he wants. When he actually works in the field, everything has to be as per his requirement. And these acceptance tests are conducted by the end user. So acceptance testing, this can be conducted over a period of weeks or months. And in these weeks and months, different errors are uncovered, and these, if we combine them, they may degrade the system over time. So if software is developed for many customers, most of the time the big companies, they make software for multiple customers, multiple companies, multiple stakeholders. These are different users. Now it is impractical or impossible to perform the acceptance test for each one of them. This may not be possible because the time limit, the market, time to market, all is the requirement. So most companies, they use alpha and beta testing in order to find error, uncover error that are only possible to find by a user. The user can only find certain error which the software team or the developer cannot. For that, alpha and beta testing can be a help. That is why the alpha and beta testing has come into being. So alpha test, this is the initial test. After the system testing, the first test is alpha test. Now this is conducted at the developer side by the end user. For example, you are end user. You are in Bangalore, and there is another company to whom you have given the software. They are making it, they are developing it, and this may be in Delhi, New Delhi. So developer is at Delhi, user is at Bangalore. So the alpha test will be conducted at Delhi by the people from Bangalore. You got the idea? So here the user is going to do everything, but the developer will be standing behind, looking over the shoulder, recording the errors and what are the usage problem the end user is facing at the developer side. I hope you got the idea. Alpha tests are conducted in a controlled environment because here developer is present and the company is also developer's company. So this is a controlled environment. Whatever problem you have, he'll just fix it, or he'll tell you, no, this is that thing. But the beta test is conducted at end user side. So beta test will be conducted at Bangalore. Where? At Bangalore. By whom? By the people at Bangalore. By the company who has given you the product, the software product. Okay? Say a contract. So developer is not present here in Bangalore. Beta test is actually a live test in environment, not controlled by the developer, because in beta testing, no developer is present, only the user is present. So the Bangalore people, user are going to test without the presence of developer. So the customer will record all the problem and report to developer at regular interval of time. And after the modification, the software is released to entire customer base, not only to these customers at Bangalore, maybe at Los Angeles, maybe at say Quebec. So variation or beta testing is also there. That is called the customer acceptance testing. And this is when a custom software is delivered to a customer under contract. So a custom software is given. Now user wants to accept it. Customer wants to accept it. So customer will perform certain series of specific tests in order to find error before accepting the software from the developer or the development team. This is a variation of beta testing, and that is called as a customer acceptance testing. Let us see the difference also. Alpha testing and beta testing both are acceptance testing. Okay. And the alpha testing is done by the company employees or the user at the developer side. The users at the developer side, where the developer will be present, but user will only do, end user. And the beta testing is done by the customers on the end users, where at their side, not at the developer side. Developer will not be present. Okay, so this alpha testing will be performed at a lab or a testing environment. The developer will be there. Beta testing in a real environment where it is going to actually use. Alpha testing, black box and white box testing will be used, and beta testing, totally black box testing. Alpha testing will commence after system testing. Beta testing will only commence after the alpha testing has been already done. So test run can be many in alpha testing. It can be 1 or 2, multiple also beta testing. There can be reliability and security, functionality and usability. It depends on the software also. But the developers are always engaged in alpha testing because the user is testing with the developer. Beta testing, there will be no developer, only and only the end user or the customers. Okay, because the customer is checking in beta testing.